Blanche, Red, Rec, and department. Okay. Here's George. Okay, so we know it's working. I'll be right back. Why is Pam here? Is it open meeting? Yeah. Just make sure she's at the right. Hi, Pam.
Good morning.
Morning, George. I'll be right back.
Take your time.
Hi, George. It's Melissa.
Hi. Hey, Melissa.
Yeah. Good morning.
Morning.
George, could you put, I'm going to make you co-host so you can put up the warrant, just because I can't see anything and everybody has to see.
Okay.
Be okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Hi.
Good
I
morning.
got here and I was like, huh? Is this meeting happening?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Melissa. I didn't expect to see you here.
No, I popped on at 5 o'clock this morning, so I've done 3 hours of work.
Wow.
You needed a break already.
Yeah.
I've done a full day's work. There's no one there, so it was great.
Oh, yeah, that's nobody to interrupt you.
Right.
Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I walked in the back and said, oh.
Was,
Did I forget to
did
put
you
my
notice
email?
the highway department filled in all that?
Yes,
There's
it's
no
really
more
nice.
angle.
I know.
pictures.
I know. Well, also they did all along the edge of the new pavement,
Yes, that
which
looks
is
great.
really,
too.
it does look really good.
It'll help with erosion too.
Yeah. Yeah, because that the stuff breaks off, you know,
If it's not supported.
If it's not supported, yeah.
Oh, there's AJ. Morning, AJ.
Good morning.
I just made George a co-host. I'll make you one too. He was gonna put up the warrant for me because the warrant because I'm kind of we're
Yeah,
doing it this way, so it's hard to put up. more.
no worries.
Yes,
I,
Eric.
all right,
2, 3. So you
We have
just
another
need.
minute.
we need one more. Let's see.
Does the finance committee have one?
Oh, they need one more.
We need one more person. Let's give it a second.
It's 8 o'clock. Well, that's the old time. I'm trying not to do that. Well, for years, I would say, oh, Don, is it the old time?
I know.
go,
I
"It's
still
right,
do.
Right.
Like last night, like I wasn't ready for bed yet.
Yeah.
High school going to school. Susie's on her way, so you'll have a quorum.
Right. Good. I was gonna say, I think Susie had
Yeah, she said, and
said she could do it. I think April said she could also do Monday
Yeah.
morning, so I'm sure we're fine.
And George, are you able to put up the warrant?
Yeah, you want me to do that now? Yeah.
As soon as Susie gets here, that'd be good. Thank you.
Okay.
The select board meeting. I'm going to go ahead and call the select board meeting to order. Today is Monday.
Objection.
Fourth? It is?
Tomorrow's the 5th.
Oh my goodness, November 4th.
Yes, November
And
4th.
this is a hybrid meeting. There are 3 of us at the town hall: Melissa, Makepeace O'Neill, Rita Farrell, and Becky Torres. Our town-
Objection out of order.
What's that?
I have an objection.
Okay,
To what?
he's objecting to the meeting because we have to do an
Can I
emergency.
speak for myself, please?
Oh, okay.
Well,
Go
she hasn't
for it.
recognized you yet, Tom.
Yeah. I
Thank
just
you.
called the select board meeting to order. So,
Tom wants to
everybody's here?
object.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. The meetings for the Finance Committee and the Select Board were not posted 48 hours in advance. Additionally, the Finance Committee's meeting was posted as a hybrid meeting, but no physical address was given to the public about where they might go if they chose to be there in person. The solution would be to reschedule this meeting, which might entail rescheduling the special town meeting as well. And that is doable. That is not an emergency.
Becky, go
I
ahead.
I spoke to town council this morning. She has advised us to go ahead. The bylaw requires that the finance committee have written recommendations on their warrant that we post. And this vote will be re-voted at their next meeting, as it will be of the select board's next meeting.
Okay, so town council was
Um,
okay with us calling this as an emergency. Was it select board meeting was
It-
posted?
Select Board and Finance
Oh.
Committee were both posted. The red sign did not go up as typical if it's under 48 hours. It was within 2 hours for the Select Board, which would have made it all within 2 hours. But Donna's advising at this point, given the language in our bylaw, that it is acceptable to move ahead with this meeting.
I respectfully disagree. It is not an emergency and the town council is mistaken. The reason for the problem here, as the town administrator wrote to me about a half an hour ago, is that the town administrator did not realize, to quote the town administrator, that the meetings were not being posted within the 48-hour time frame. That does not qualify as an emergency. The bylaw, which requires that the finance committee vote on these articles, does not create an emergency. The simple solution is to move the special town meeting at least 48 hours away from where it currently is, so that these committees, the select board and the finance committee, can meet at a correctly posted time. That does not create an emergency. It is not an emergency when a person or anyone at all, sorry, that's a redundancy, misschedules something. If that were true, then emergencies could exist all over the place. This is an abuse of the emergency description of meetings.
Do either of the select board members have Eric? And we're called to order. Does the finance committee want to call itself to order?
Yeah.
I object
So,
to that as well.
okay, I see a quorum of the finance committee. I think there are 5 or 6 of us here, so I'll call the finance committee to order at
Objection out of
8:04.
order.
Okay, well, we have called it, the select board has called itself to order. Eric or Melissa, do you have any comments to Tom's
And
objection?
I haven't looked at his email, but I think Becky did her due diligence and checked with Donna. If Donna feels that it's okay.
Do we have any written reference from what Donna believes?
No, it was a phone call at 7:15 this morning.
Yeah, again, that doesn't qualify for an emergency. That sounds as though there is simply a scheduling error.
She's-
And as unfortunate as it is that we would have to move the special town meeting, that is doable. That doesn't create an emergency.
Yes, I have the same objection for the record.
Okay.
To answer Rita's question, I would agree with Donna. I would.
But we don't know what
Done.
Donna said. We don't have Donna's words.
She said this meeting was legal to have, period. That's all I need to know.
I
She
don't-
said that. She's the town council.
We have the town administrator's word for that, but we don't have the town council's words with us now.
Okay, Tom,
Yeah.
we heard your objection. I am going to confirm what the select board wants to do. So do I hear a motion for this meeting to move forward based on town council's opinion that we can do this as an emergency meeting?
So moved.
Second,
Okay, any further discussion from the select board? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Makepeace O'Neill, aye.
Stalker, aye.
Carol, aye. The select board is going to move ahead with the meeting based on Becky's word that and Donna's confirmation that we can go ahead and hold the meeting. And just a statement, you know, part of the reason why, as Becky stated, the warrant does need to have written confirmation of where the finance committee stands. And you know, rescheduling a town meeting is not a simple task. You know, just moving it 2 days is not a straightforward. And given where we are in terms of bringing on an interim person who's here part-time, you know, starting this all over again is not in the best interest of the town.
I don't know that it's in the best interest of the town to conduct meetings as faux emergencies.
I disagree. And the select board is going to move forward. So
Okay, well,
I'm going to hand it off to the finance committee.
May I make a point, please?
I think we have determined we're moving forward. So if
With
you
this
submit it.
illegal meeting? Well, nice.
Yes, it's very nice. We're happy to be moving forward. Finance committee.
Okay, so we are meeting today to discuss a single warrant article for the upcoming special town meeting that we did not have an opportunity to discuss at our last meeting. And that pertains to it's Article 5. Are we sharing let's see, yes, I can do it on my end here.
AJ, you do have a raised hand from a finance committee member. I didn't know if you saw that.
Okay, Bob, go ahead.
I don't know if this is the right time to bring this up, but I have a question for all the wise people here. What if somebody were to protest this meeting as being illegal and the state were to come in and agree with the people that made the claim? What would that do to this process, and how would that affect the outcome of this process? I'm just interested to know that in the case that something like this does happen, how that would affect all the procedures and the schedule for the special town meeting and so forth.
My sense is if this meeting was invalidated, the town meeting would still move forward, that we would not have the finance committee recommendation on this article, and therefore this article might be passed over at town meeting. That's my educated guess, Bob. I'm not municipal counsel, so I can't.
Great, thank you for that. I just want to follow up a little bit on my own comment, question, which is that we did meet last Tuesday, I think, to discuss all prospective articles, and this article was not presented to us at that time. So I guess that was just an oversight by some people or persons. So I don't see how that their oversight should be considered to be an emergency for the rest of us.
That's its opinion.
All right, well, look, we're here. We've called the finance committee to order, so I think we're going to proceed. The only other thought I have about this is that, and maybe we could ask Donna this, if there was some utility to us as a finance committee voting at the beginning of special town meeting or before a special town meeting convenes to just reconfirm whatever action we're going to take in a few minutes today. Maybe that would be another sort of opportunity to kind of make sure that our recommendation is going to be appropriately communicated at a special town meeting. So I don't, we don't have to discuss that now, but maybe that's another option that we have. Okay, so I'm going to share.
I think Becky had a
Yep.
comment. Did you have a
Yeah.
comment?
Oh, yeah. Becky, go
Um,
ahead.
So AJ, given the text of the bylaw says that the recommendation has to be printed on the warrant that is
Right.
posted the legal days ahead of the meeting. We did look at if it could be just voted, the recommendation could just be voted at annual town meeting, but that's not how the bylaw is written.
Got it. Understood. Thanks. Okay, so let's move forward. I'm going to share the warrant. We're talking about Article 5, which is a request to transfer $2,541 from free cash or stabilization to increase funding of the FY25 budget line, library assistant aides, or take any action relative thereto. So I think we have the library director in here, right? Is Marianne here? Let's see.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. So Marianne, I know that there are sort of this figure of $2,541 sort of has a couple of different components to it. Could you just walk us through
Sure.
sort of how we arrived at that number and kind of what, yeah, what
Yes.
the different components of this are?
Okay, great. Thanks, AJ. So there was an error in the budget that was presented and voted on at town meeting. So when the library presented our budget last year, it included an increase of hours for the library assistant from 12 to 15 hours a week, so an extra 3 hours a week. And in our budget request, we don't add salary increases. We put in the salary at the current rate. And so then when the raises were calculated, some kind of typo happened, some kind of human error happened, and the right number wasn't put in. So there was a shortfall. And that was about $1,000. And then in the course of, doing sort of a deep dive study of this budget line, and also last year that I overspent that budget line. So for a few years, I wasn't taking my full vacation allotment, and I had staff that were taking medical and family leave, so we weren't and then I was covering some of those hours, so we weren't fully expending our library assistant budget line. And then last year, both staff people did all of their hours, and I took my allotted vacation time, and we ended up overspending that budget line. So then we realized we hadn't done an adjustment to that line to cover I've been working for the town for quite some time now, and I get more paid time off based on my longevity. So there isn't enough time in that budget line to cover library director vacation, sick time. So we've decided to go ahead and ask for that now. So that's about $1,400, and those two lines added together comes to the 2,541. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does to me. So just to review, I think we got some notes that I think you had put together in advance. So we have the shortfall total is $1,117, and then the second component, which is sort of appropriate coverage for your vacation and sick time. That component is $1,424. So the total request then is $2,541.
Yes.
Okay. Any questions or comments from the Finance Committee? Okay. Bob.
Yeah, I just want to ask a question. I think I'd like to know a little bit more, if possible, about the so-called the clerical error. What was this, the budget number that was brought before us? That was then changed by virtue of some clerical error? Because we supported, I must say, I personally did not vote to support the increase in the library budget that was requested, but the Finance Committee did approve or make a recommendation to approve a certain number at the town meeting. Is that the number that then came forward at town meeting, or was it some other number?
It's some other number, Bob. So the number that we requested in the budget, so the number that was at town meeting wasn't the number that we requested in our budget request, and it wasn't the amount for that number plus the raises that the town adds. So usually what happens is we make a request and the town adds raises to it, and it wasn't that number either. So at some point along the way, a math error, a clerical error was made. And as far as I know, it's all humans who work for the town, and humans sometimes make mistakes. And then I didn't see the budget until it had already been approved, and it was too late to make any adjustment to that error. So I didn't see any point in bringing this up before town meeting, and I decided to sort of wait and see if a special town meeting was going to come up, or see if maybe I would have to come to the Finance Committee and ask for a transfer from the Finance Committee's allotment that you get to help departments meet their expenses. But since a special town meeting was scheduled, I brought the information to the trustees, and we studied this number over the course of 2 months and 2 meetings and came up with this.
So, if I may respond, I think I see 2 separate issues involved in this article that are really not, it could be separated. For one, if you say, what you say is true, that we did not include the COLA raises, which we had decided as a town personnel board and Finance Committee approved to provide 3-point-something% raises for COLA, and you did not get that in your budget, then that's something that we could address either through this initiative that you have that's put in front of us, or through a transfer from our reserve fund. But the other issue is a separate issue, which is to increase the hours of the assistants beyond what they were in the past to respond to your increased vacation days or something like that. That's a separate issue. So I don't see why these should be lumped together. I don't see that as the same. I might support one and not the other.
Can I interrupt?
Yeah. Go ahead, Rita.
So, I just spoke with Donna McNichol, and she advised that we go ahead and not move ahead with this meeting, and we will change town meeting. So I think that invalidates this meeting. Questions, and we will meet again at some other point to review the warrant, and we will change town meeting from November 19th. George,
Okay.
do you have a question or comment?
I do. So we're proceeding.
So this
right
is not a meeting anymore?
Yeah, that.
Tom, you're out of order.
I know, but it's not a meeting anymore.
Yeah.
AJ, can you stop sharing so we can see everybody on
Oh,
screen?
yeah, sure.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead, do that.
Okay, why doesn't everybody just Shut
All right, so I'm
down.
gonna adjourn the finance committee at 8:20.
Well, you
Yeah.
You don't even need to adjourn.
Yeah, I guess I don't need to, right? We
Yeah.
never met.
Yeah.
Um,
It's nice
All right,
seeing you all early this morning.
Thank you very much.
All right,
Right, bye-bye.
take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Wow.